Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Luray Page Day, so we are back on the Zooms with Gina Hilliard. She is president of the Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. I'm very excited about her guest today because we have not talked to Chef Chuck. I looked it up, Chef Chuck, and we have not had a conversation since May of 2023. That is way too long for us to go without talking.
That is way too long. That is way, way too long.
And Gina, I envy you because you can go there anytime. You've got it made in the shade over there, being so close to Main Street Bakery.
Absolutely. We call either Lori or Lisa, or some of us call just to get us specials for the week to find out what he's having so we can get to enjoy it.
Chef Chuck, for somebody who isn't familiar with what you do at Main Street Bakery and Catering, can you give me a little history?
Yes. So for like 20 some odd years, I did stage work, stagecraft. Started out just as a stagehand working in junior high school, did plays, did lighting, learned a ton of aspects about stagecraft, really dove into that hard. That actually became a career for me. I moved to Nashville and worked with artists on the country music circuit.
So, how did you end up in Luray in Page County and opening Main Street Bakery and Catering? How in the world did you make that leap?
It was actually an easy leap. I'm familiar with this area. My family, my kin, so to speak, are all in the other side of the ridge in Shenandoah County. I'm related to the Barbs, the Dellingers, the Markleys, that passel of people. So I'm familiar with the area. I have roots here, and that always makes people feel good. When you are completely separated from what you know, it's terrifying. So this feels comfortable and natural to me to be here. Plus, there's no bad views. Page County is a great place to settle in. We have the Shenandoah National Park, the river, the George Washington National Forest. For people who like doing things outdoors, this is the place to be. It's gorgeous. And there are genuinely beautiful, amazing people that live here.
Let's talk for a minute about your menu items for Main Street Bakery. I know what we're going to talk too about catering, but what kinds of food do you serve? What can people expect? Do you have regular hours? Give me a little overview of that.
We do have regular hours, Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We started the 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays because typically if there was a wedding, that's when we were going out the door to make it on time to take care of the bride and groom and their needs for their families. COVID devastated our ability to do catering, so we have scaled way down. We are a skeleton crew of 3 people. We have some volunteers who come in. Mike Salvino comes in and helps us. He's an asset. He's great. He's just a hoot. We have Emma Sowers and Noel, who also comes in and works for us. Emma has moved into the position of doing more savory work. So knife work, soups, salads, any of that kind of knife work, that's Emma's forte. Anything that goes in the oven, baked, has my fingerprint on it. We're focusing primarily on muffins, scones, breads. I love doing the breads. Quiche. People who come in there, the number one thing, so 2 things. One, wow, it smells wonderful in here. They love the aromas of baked goods. People have become separated from their grandmother's kitchens when they were growing up. The family all getting together and having meals with everyone, all the kids, aunts and uncles, everyone was at that table and she was always baking bread. So that magical aroma of family and love has just become lost to us. So people reconnect with that when they come in because that aroma, pow, it's front and center right there when you walk into the bakery. We do a lot of sweets. Brownies and blondies seem to be the things that go out. We cannot keep chocolate chip cookies on the shelf. They just fly out of there. Those are good problems to have. And then soups. So this time of year, we have done a lot of soups. The one that seems to be going out the door the quickest, there's 2. The Senegalese peanut soup, because it's different and it's original and it's something that you don't get all the time. Once you've had that, you really start asking when the next time that we're going to have that available. And the potato leek soup has really been going out in like quarts. So we sell our soup in several formats. One, you can just come to the bakery and have a bowl of soup, chill out, and relax. We sell it in half pint, pint, and quart format. And you can pick those up hot or just take away cold. And we have some regulars who come in who are soup aficionados. They really count on us to be there.
Do you do bread bowls?
That's an easy one. If here's the thing, it would be great if people asked us for those things because that's an easy fix. That's an easy thing that I can do for someone. We used to be more structured with our breads as far as when we did them, but I find now because it's just me doing that, that's really restrictive. I want to be able to play and have more freedom. So if it's cold and chilly, I'm going to do more dark and rustic breads. We did one last week, which was buttered honey, oat, and multigrain. Very soft. It toasts up, full of aroma, nice multigrain. And then we did a really nice pumpernickel. People have fallen away from what pumpernickel really is, and this is chocolatey and coffee forward with lots of caraway seed and fennel seed. It toasts up like a champ. It's a really good loaf of bread. But yes, Janet, if you want a bowl, call us. We'll make you a bowl and we'll put soup in it and sit you down and make you happy. That's just what we do and who we are right now.
Just offering bread in and of itself is a luxury for a lot of people. There aren't a lot of bakeries. You see a lot of bakeries open, but usually they're just focused on those sweets. They're doing cakes, they're doing
Mhm.
cupcakes, they're
Right.
doing those kinds of things. And to find a bakery that's actually doing bread is a wonderful find.
We did mention that we have not spoken in a while. My retirement is on the horizon, Janet, as it is with everyone who gets in their 60s. They start thinking about, well, what's the next phase of my life? And I joke about this, but no, really, for real, I'm going to smoke stuff and ferment things. There it is.
I'm going to send my husband your way because I feel like that would be the perfect retirement plan for him as well.
It's great. It could be smoked meats, it could be smoked fish. There is just a world of things that you can ferment. Ales, wines, breads. There's so many different kinds. Every culture across the globe has a bread that they call quintessential for a ceremony, a festival, a wedding, what have you. That bread is synonymous with that culture and that group of people. When you follow food history, every culture who has migrated from one place to another has brought the recipes, a cooking vessel, and then they just find the things that they can get in their new environment and use the practices that was generational when they left their homeland. So the cooking style doesn't change, it's just maybe the ingredients. But food is cultural across the board.
You made a good point earlier when you talk about how generationally kids these days, I'll say using air quotes, didn't necessarily grow up in households where their mom or their grandmother was baking bread. I have this particular memory of my grandmother. Every Easter, we would go to her house for Easter Sunday dinner, and she always baked a ham. And every time I go anywhere and smell a ham baking, I am immediately standing in my Grammy's kitchen with the black and white checkered floor and the formica top table and all of those things. I feel like we're doing our kids a disservice by not giving them avenues to have those kinds of memories. But baking bread definitely does that.
Those are food memories, Janet. And what's magical about those, it can be a simple moment where you have a dish in front of you. It could be in Tuscany. It could be at the top of a mountainside, just having a ham and cheese sandwich. But that moment, that exhilaration of you just climbed up Old Rag Mountain and you have a cheese sandwich. And by God, that is the best cheese sandwich because you are sitting on top of the known world at that point. Those food memories bring you back to that exact moment, whether you are a teen or you're 90 and some change. That will stick with you forever.
I think all of us as parents need to do more of that for our kids or at least expose them to that. Bring them to Main Street Bakery and say, smell this.
Yes, this is the aroma of time when people really cared about the ones they loved. And the way they showed that is by cooking and baking for the family. And we're losing that. It's sad. One of my hopes as I move towards retirement is to find a venue where I can help people recapture those moments that we have lost. It used to be the grandmothers would teach the young ladies sewing and needlepoint and crafting, and those things are being lost. Guys would show their sons and grandsons, here's how you hunt, here's how you fish. Here's how you tie this lure on. This is the best way. The fish will never get the hook off your line if you do it. We're losing those things, and it's a shame. I know we are moving forward in a more progressive way, but the agrarian community, and that's what Page County started out as an agrarian community. I think we're losing focus with that, and it's a shame.
I 100% agree with you. Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about your collaborations because you're not just this guy who makes this amazing food and runs Main Street Bakery. You're also a part of the community. You want to partner with other businesses, you want to help other businesses grow. You understand that together, what is it? A rising tide raises all ships. So, can we talk a little bit about that in the next segment?
I would love to.
We are on the Zooms today for Luray Page Day. Gina Hilliard, president of Luray Page Chamber of Commerce, is joining us along with her guest, Chef Chuck Arnaud. He is with Main Street Bakery and Catering. We're going to come back and talk more with both of them in just a couple of minutes.
United Way of the Northern Shenandoah Valley is inviting nonprofits to help map the region's nonprofit safety net. If your organization serves Winchester City, Frederick, Clark, Warren, Shenandoah, or Page counties, we encourage you to take our regional nonprofit survey. The information collected will help identify gaps, support collaboration, and inform community leaders and funders. The survey takes about 30 minutes and is available at unitedwaynsv.org.
Back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Luray Page Day, so we are on the Zooms with Gina Hilliard. She is president at Luray Page Chamber of Commerce. Her guest today is Chef Chuck Arnaud with Main Street Bakery and Catering. And Chef Chuck, we talked a little bit in the first segment about the bakery portion. You mentioned that you're not doing massive catering jobs anymore, but you are still doing some catering, right?
Yes, we still are. I think the sweet spot for us and the place where we can make the most impact, if we want to use those terms, is for brunches, the wedding couple brunches. Here's been my pitch, even when we were doing a lot of catering. If the couple thinks that they're going to sit and hang out with Aunt Maggie on their wedding day with 175 other people who want their time and attention, no dice, that's not going to happen. However, if you do a brunch, you can camp out with Aunt Maggie on that day, sit and have a cup of coffee and find out how that whale watching trip went for her. You can actually sit with your guests and families, and isn't that what weddings are about? It's just a unification of two people who have absolutely, through against all odds, found love. And this is the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. That's the person. But you're also unifying two families that may or may not have anything in common. So a brunch gives people time to figure out, holy mackerel, I didn't know you had that kind of handicap. Well, you and I should go golfing sometime. That's the magic. And I want to instill that sort of cool vibe with customers. So brunches, we show up with coffee, creamer. We can do quiche, muffins, scones, pastries, seasonal muffins. Those kind of things, I think, make more impact. And here's the thing. When you look across the room, you can tell a muffin from Costco. Might as well have a red light that's flashing on it. There it is. It's right there. Ours, totally different. We source as much things as we can from local farmers, and that has always been our sweet spot and where we are different from the majority of the other people who do this same trade.
Do you also do things like lunches, box lunches for people that are having corporate retreats or businesses that want to treat their staff to lunch? Are you doing those kinds of things as well?
We don't. We don't. There's an awful lot of packaging that goes on with box lunches. Way back when I was doing corporate production, the only thing edible, there was two edible things in the box lunch. One, the box, two, the cookie. They were usually horrible. So why, as I am trying to impart beautiful food to people, why would I torment them with a box lunch? That just goes against the grain for me, so I'm so not going to do that.
I will tell you though, I can appreciate when you were talking earlier about not being able to keep the chocolate chip cookies in
Yes.
stock or on the shelves there. I have been a victim of that an hour or two before you close, popping in before I head back to town, hoping that I can get some cookies and they're gone. So I would still buy one of your box lunches, if not for anything else but the cookie.
So my hope is that we can We can train our customers to feel comfortable with calling us. If it's 4:45 and we close at 5, call ahead and say, hey, do you have 3 cookies? That would really make my day. I will stay open till you get there and I'll sell you 3 cookies. It's that easy. Here's the thing. Call me up and ask me, can I get? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? I'm going to say, I just don't have that, but maybe tomorrow. So people should feel comfortable with calling us and asking us for product. That's as genuine as I can get, Janet.
So let's talk about how that then translates into what we were talking about right before we went into break, which is collaboration. Because I would imagine that a lot of collaborations, when you're working with other businesses in the area or you're wanting to partner with them, it does take a lot of that individuality. It takes you saying, what do you need? Let me do that for you specifically. Typically, collaborations aren't successful if they're just this shotgun approach.
The collaborations I've chosen wisely, or they have chosen me. I'm not sure how that marriage came about, but the 2 strongest collaborations we have is Hawksbill Brewing Company and Wisteria Vineyard. Those 2, food, wine, food, beer. They're a natural pairing. We have done several pop-ups where we would bring in, okay, so for instance, we're looking at Mardi Gras. So I will probably get the phone call to bring over some King's cakes for the Hawksbill Brewing Company. So what we do is we bake the cake and then I know this is horrible, but here we go. We shove the little baby in there. So when they're cutting this, and you get, oh my gosh, look, I have a little baby in my piece of cake. Then you get a free beer or something like that. That's how that sort of works. You get the prize. The prize is a pint. We've done several collaborations with Wisteria as well, where we will do a pop-up and then they will provide the wine for that. So we pair food seasonally. For St. Patrick's Day, we will probably do cottage pies for that. So that's the ground beef with all of the gravy beautifulness in there, mashed potatoes, and cheese over the top of that. And then that's caramelized with a blowtorch or a ovenable sort of thing. So those foods go great with beer. Same thing, we bring in foods for Wisteria. Those are an example of the collaborations that we like and want to keep on going. There are other vendors in the area who have asked us. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, wow, this would be a cool collaboration, call me. I would love to work with you. Some of the other ones are the Vintage Barrel. I think they're really good people. Also, Coal Ridge. I have not been there yet, but I hear they're phenomenal, wonderful people. So I would be thrilled to work with them. If they want to reach out and do something together, I would really appreciate that. That would be so cool.
It makes so much sense because then you're getting that. I'll put my marketing hat on for a second, but you're getting that double whammy marketing. Cassandra at Wisteria can now promote you. You can now promote her. So people
Right.
that come to you typically that may not even knew she existed are going to know now, and vice versa. So it's a really smart idea to do as well.
Yes, we're doubling down on the social media and people appreciate that. People like that. And all of those venues are really special in and onto themselves. They are special venues. The staff at the Hawksbill Brewing Company are amazing. Julie, she's a gift. She really is.
I have to say, and I'll probably catch some slack for this, Cassandra at Wisteria probably has the best wines in the Shenandoah Valley.
They're pretty groovy. They are really groovy people. You can look and see the crowds of people that they have there. It's overwhelming to try to find a parking space in the middle of summer on a Saturday afternoon. They are really packing that place up. And it's such a cool vibe. They are people who are probably straight out of DC. And this is the first time that the twins, have chased a chicken through the backyard. And that is, again, a moment they will remember forever. It's just that simple.
It's perfect. While
It is perfect.
Mom and Dad sipping a glass of wine, the kids get to run around and check out the animals.
And be kids. I mean, isn't that what they're designed to be?
Yep.
I had the privilege. Edison took me there shortly after, probably not even a year into after they had purchased the place. So we went out on a day when they weren't open. So we had the whole place to ourselves. And she brought us a flight and we got to taste all the different wines that she had. It's even better when you're there and nobody else is, I will say. So before I bounce back over to Gina, tell me again, where are you located? Where can people physically find Main Street Bakery?
127 East Main Street, right at the top of the hill. You can't miss us. We have flags out.
And what are your hours?
Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturdays, 8 to 3 p.m.
Do you have a website where people can go and learn more, or maybe see a menu?
We don't post the menus because they change so much, but we do have a website. It's mainstreetbakery-catering.com. And we have actually some wonderful people, Tommy and Hannah Chang, who've put that together for us. So remember, we were talking about collaborations. The good you do comes back to you in tenfold. So Tommy and Hannah came to us. We were one of the first businesses, and this is pretty much a direct quote, that made them feel welcome and invited into this community. And so they became regulars. Tommy loves the bread pudding. They are just amazing and beautiful people. And so when they saw my heinous version of a website, they were like, dude, you need help. So they brought in a videographer from DC, one of their buddies. They had drones, they had track cameras, they had a steady cam working. We spent an entire day cooking and working with them and answering questions. So when it came, it was like, okay, so I'm getting my checkbook out. So how many thousands of dollars did this thing just cost me? And they're like, nothing. You showed us kindness, and here's kindness repaid.
I hope you gave him bread
Awesome.
pudding free for life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they are amazing. And Noelle is the same way. Noelle and Randy came to us as customers first, and now she is working with us. And God love her, Noelle can sell product like she can upsell. And people are like, dude, I just wanted the cookie. And they walk out of there with 3 quiche, 4 bread pudding, and 6 breads, and they're feeling good about it. She's amazing. I'm very blessed with a small but very dedicated staff. I am just over the moon with the people that I serve in this community and the people who help me serve them.
We mentioned social media a second ago. Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Where can they
Yes,
find you?
we are on Instagram and Facebook as well.
No
And
TikTok yet, huh?
No, no. I am no. It feels like if I'm going to do TikTok, I need to be able to dance first. So I'm just not going to be a thing, Janet.
You can be the
I will
dancing
say,
bread making chef.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chef Chuck, the dancer.
My wife, Janet, she is the one who does our social media. She is a phenomenal photographer. She takes really good photos, photos that make you like, wow, I can smell the aroma from this thing. I want this. She stages pictures. She's amazing what she did. I would be lost without her in my life.
Yeah, she is phenomenal when it comes to that because people do not understand at all just how crazy difficult it is to take a good photo of food. People think, oh, it's just simple. I mean, we've seen some pretty crappy photos across our Instagram feed that
Right.
somebody thinks looks good. She is amazing the way she
Mhm.
captures the food on
Yeah.
the plate. It is a
Mhm.
talent. It is a true gift that she
Yeah.
has.
No, she has that gift. She has that eye. She's amazing.
Well, I tell you what, I'm coming down as soon as the snow melts. I'm going to make a trip to Luray and I'm going to call you first and tell you that I'm coming for a bread bowl. So, and
Okay.
chocolate chip
Please do.
cookies.
Please do. I would love to have you in our space and you can see what we're doing firsthand. I would love that, Janet. Please join us for that.
All right, Miss Gina, what do you got going on you want to plug before we go?
I have 2 events that are coming up. We have a business after hours and a women in business that's taking place this month. The business after hours is Thursday, February 19th. This will be hosted at the Page County Technical Center by their foundation. Our co-host is Contour. And so that is a great partnership. We love our technical center for our high school kids to be able to take advantage of doing different courses there that advances them. And so we're looking forward to getting a great tour of the facility, having some good food, networking with people. Thursday, February 19th, and it's from 5:30 to 7. And then our Women in Business is going to be having a social that is going to take place on Thursday, February the 26th from 5:30 to 7. And that's going to take place right on Main Street at Saga Meadery. So this will be a chance for the ladies to get together in the community, network, connect, fellowship with one another, just building those meaningful relationships with other fellow business women in the area. And so this will take place at Saga Meadery. They're going to get a tasting of what he has to offer. So those are 2 great events that we have coming up. And then I want to definitely plug in the fact that we are hosting once again for our students as well as the public. our job fair and workshop. So this is a partnership that we do with several businesses in the community, like Laurel Ridge, the Chamber, the public school system here at Page, as well as Mount Carmel, the Page County Economic and Development. We also have Virginia Career Works and the Virginia Employment are great partners. And so this will take place on Thursday, March the 12th from 9 o'clock until 3 p.m. at Laurel Ridge Community College. So I just want to emphasize is we do partner with the seniors at both high schools in order to get their experience of coming through and working on their resume, taking a tour of the college, hearing all of what all the college has to offer, going through all the businesses, listening and talking to them one-on-one on who is hiring, seeing what their interests are, where they're headed into, where they would like to get a job for the summer or a permanent career opportunity. But it's also an opportunity for the public to come. So I want to emphasize that this is open to the public. So if you are looking for a career change, or if you're looking for a part-time side job, or if you're just starting over, part-time, full-time, seasonal, anything like that, we will have multiple employers. We usually have 30 plus different employers that'll be there set up, ready to take your application. We'll also help with your resume assistance for the public, application assistance. There could be on-site interviews ready to go. And then they also can explore Laurel Ridge and maybe get a certificate in something and advance their career in a different route, nursing, therapy, or there is a truck driving course and just different things to offer. So it's a really great event, and just want to emphasize that it's not only open for the students of both of our wonderful public school system, but it's also open to the public on Thursday, March the 12th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at our wonderful Laurel Ridge Community College that we have blessed to have them in our community.
Is it too late for any business that might be listening now in mid-February to reach out and say, hey, we want a booth, we want to set up at that job fair? Can they still do that?
Absolutely. There is still time for that. They can definitely reach out. Clancy or myself will be that contact. So different ways that people can see our events as well as members in our community, all of their events. Check out our website at visitloraypage.com. They could email us at info@loraypage.com. They could give us a call at 540-743-3915. They could check out our social media pages or are in the loop. If they're not a part of receiving our emails every Monday, that will list all of our events as well as any members in the community. So make sure that you're on that in the loop, and we'll be happy to add you in if you are not.
When all of the snow melts and it gets warm, I think we should have our planning meeting about what seminars we're going to do this spring and summer. We should have that over lunch at Chuck's. What do you think?
That sounds perfect. I love it. And he's giving me the thumbs up. He's a go for it as well. I'm coming for the Asian noodles. Just saying.
I'm coming for the cinnamon rolls.
Oh, and just a shameless plug, I'm the one catering the after hours this month.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. There we go.
There you
This
go.
is after hours at the Technical Center, and we get the wonderful Chef Chuck to provide and cater the food. So we're in for a treat.
Well, thank you both for taking the time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chef Chuck, for being my guest.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.